Alright, this is going to be a quick and dirty any percent tutorial, specifically the out of bounds section. I won't be covering Area 1 and King Boo, just because right now there's no good resources to learn this category. I'll try to make one real quick, just for the out of bounds. So yeah, you should definitely get Gad Warp for practicing, and if you do have Gad Warp, you want to just let me go file, go to settings / special warp, out of bounds warp, and nursery chest glitch. So after you beat Chauncey, you can just walk behind this chest. It's pretty easy. And you can get behind this painting by either pulling the vacuum and letting go of it, or knocking on it. Just do whatever you want. I just pull the vacuum. I'll show you door skip after I show you the second skew, but for now, just ignore door skip. Go into sidestep as soon as you go out of bounds. I should warn you, if you pause right when you enter out of bounds, your game can crash. So yeah, come over here. And what you want to do is, this is wall here that you can't get past. So you're going to want to go through it. And this will be a little animation for a little bit. You want to hold down the control stick and left on the C stick so you don't get scared. And then once you have control of Luigi, he'll turn, and then you can let go. And I'll show you what that looks like. Like that. So now you won't get scared. So for the first skew here, what you want to do is, your goal is to have the bats hit the nose of your right shoe. So if you look at Luigi's feet, he has a right shoe and a left shoe. If he hits your left shoe, it probably won't work. If he hits a different part of your right shoe, it might work. But the nose is usually the most consistent, and the nose is like the front part of it that is facing north in this situation. So, yeah, I'm gonna try to have that happen. There, it didn't hit the nose exactly, but it did hit it. I would have had it if I moved quick enough. So yeah, that's what you first want to do. By the way, if you mess up, you want to try to go through this door right here and come back out through it. So yeah, once you get hit, if you take too long to move like I did there, he might get back to position, and if you move too soon, he might get back into position. So you need to wait a little bit after getting hit. Once you get down, it's pretty easy, but you might have a little bit of trouble with it at first, and you'll just lose your skew for no reason. But once you have this skew right here, you want to get in this top right corner and hold upright. And then you want to hold C-stick right for a brief period of time, and then switch to right. You're going to notice that he's going to slowly go over this little beam to his right, and once he's like halfway over it, you switch to right. Like that. After a few times, you should be able to get down. So coming up here, the second skew. Also, there's a ghost right here, on this beam that I'm standing right over. If you don't face here, you might get scared by him, and if you get scared, you'll probably go inbound. So make sure this guy, you're looking at this guy so he doesn't scare you. Anyway, what you want to do is come up here, and you want to knock on this wall right here, and then pull out your vacuum, and make sure your vacuum is straight forward. So if your vacuum is at a weird angle, it won't work. And if it's straightforward like this, it'll work. So you want to get these bats right here, and then what you want to do is select left on the control stick, hold neutral, and then hold C right for a short period of time. You can buffer this with the Z button if you do something like this. So I let go of the R, I do one. Alright, that was a mistake. I messed up there. So also make sure you don't skew on top of this lamp right behind me. To the right of me, if you see that little lamp in the ceiling, if you're on that, it can do some really weird stuff, so I would not recommend skewing on that. And also don't skew on the beams, they also can do weird stuff. You want to try to be over this little area between them right here. That's where I like to stand. You can probably get away with other spots, but that's just how I do it. So you press Z, and then you press B, and then Z immediately after. And then after that, you hold C right and do that 2 more times. If you do it right, you'll get a skew like this. You can do that unbuffered by just letting go of R, like hitting left on the control stick, letting go of it, letting go of R, and hitting C right, but that's a little bit harder. So yeah, once you have this, you'll have a skew like this. This skew can vary. If you skew too much, which means you hold C right for too short of time, basically if you hold C right for not long enough, you will get too big of a skew and you'll clip inbounds. And if you hold it for too long, you will not get good enough skew and you won't be able to do the next clip. It's kind of precise, but it's not too precise. After a bit, you can get down. That's honestly one of the things about out of bounds, is that it takes a little bit of practice getting the feel for everything, but once you do, it usually be consistent. So what you want to do here is turn around so Luigi's facing directly south, like this. And then once you're like that, you want to get in this corner, so you hold upright. If you don't have this camera, by the way, you might have to hold C down and then C up to get it. But you want this camera angle. So what you want to do is, while holding upright, hit C left, and then so what you want to do is while holding up right, hit C left, and then slowly move down. Or no, I mean hold up and then slowly move to the right. And then once you hit this, press C left, and while holding this angle, press A immediately followed by X. This is an extremely precise window, and it needs to be really fast, or else it won't work. And if you do it right, you'll clip out here. So now for the basement one, what you want to do is tap right until this pillar on the left side of the screen is barely touching the left wall like this. And then after that, you want to tap up until you see the door that is behind King Lou here. Barely see it like that. There's no bars on it, but there's no bars because of the practice ROM. Anyway, next you want to aim for Mario's painting. You want to hold forward and double tap X. And then you want to aim to the left of it, hold forward, double tap X, and then just keep holding forward and double tapping X towards it. And then you'll get in here. Just like that. So, door skip. I'm not too great door skip. I messed it up a decent amount. I picked the wrong room. So door skip is basically second skew, but you do it with the very first bats you see. So, here. Also, I'll show the knock like that. Okay, well, I had a stumble there. That's not a good example. Alright, whatever. Just use a vacuum, I guess. So you want to, as soon as you clip out of bounds, hold left on the control stick, hold R, and then while you're moving back, switch to sidestep, so that you have your angle locked. And then basically the second skew, I'll show you the bufferless inputs, I'll try to get it. Like that. And it's basically the exact same thing as second skew, just on these bats. And then what you want to do is get into this corner while Luigi's facing. It doesn't really matter where he's facing, just have him in this corner. Hold C stick left, or hold L, hold down left, and hold C stick left, and mash A. And there, I didn't have a good enough skew, so I clipped down. I'll need to get a better skew. Hopefully I can get it this time. But yeah, this is a lot. I find this to be a lot harder than second skew in terms of the precision. Let's see if we can. And then keep holding L, by the way, when you knock on the wall, in case so you don't get scared. And then you basically do the first skew, like I showed you earlier. Second skew. By the way, one more thing. Let me see if I can demonstrate this again. Okay, so that time he hit me on the bottom of my shoe, so I didn't get a good skew. Hopefully he'll hit me in the right spot. That's a good skew. So, like I said, keep this ghost on screen. Unfortunately, that can happen sometimes. If you walk against this wall and your skew clips you upwards. You obviously don't want that to happen. So, make sure that you don't do that. So, I'm gonna just basically, I'm not gonna do door skip this time because I don't feel like it. I'll show you again. Hold down left on the control stick, left on the C stick. And you won't get scared. Remember to make sure that your control stick is completely neutral, and so is your C stick when you get hit by this bat. Until you get the skew, then you can move. If you move too early or too late, like there, I think I moved at a bad time. So I lost the skew. You can lose the skew for other reasons, but usually it's because you moved too early or too late after getting skewed. So just make sure you move at a good time. Unfortunately, these are not good skew attempts because the bat is not hitting in a good spot. There we go. So one more thing I should show you is that if you mess up second skew, so let's just say you hit the bats on accident, and you want to back it up. Basically, you come over here. You'll have to watch this long animation again, like you did for door skip. If you don't do it, and then you simply come out this way, come back here, and then try it again. I should mention that if Luigi has 30 health or lower, he will get into an animation where it becomes a lot more difficult to do out of bounds. So I'd advise that if Luigi ever drops below 30 health, I'll show you what to do. You should probably clip inbounds if you can't reset your run or whatever. Go to Chauncey's room before you do the ball clip, which I'll show you how to do in a second, and get this heart. So now ball clip, this is a backup for if you need to get out of bounds again. You basically put the ball against this chest, and then, okay, that's not a good spot. You want to have it so it's like around here. Make sure you can drop it with the X button, by the way, so you don't shoot it. And then you go to this door, and then you try to go behind the chest. And if you don't get it that time, the ball is too far forward, so I have to reposition it. This might work, but this also might be too far to the right here. Okay, so if you get pushed in like south of it like that, that means the ball is too far towards the door, and you need to push it down, which you can do by walking against it if it's against the chest. So, see right there, I pushed it a little bit. This is still not a good spot. I think it's a little bit too far right. No, I got it. So yeah.
Oh yeah.
Also, don't do that. If you stand here to the right, you'll try to enter the door, and it won't end up well. If you try to do the knot, try to be a little bit further to the left there. So yeah. This also, because of the damage, it means that if you're playing on English, out of bounds is harder because in English hit dimension you take double damage, and same with PAL, but it's not really good idea to use PAL for out of bounds because it's different. Even though it should in theory just be inverted, the bats are in different spots than normal, so maneuvering your way out of bounds is a lot more difficult and annoying in my opinion, so I would not recommend playing out of bounds on PAL. But yeah, I think that's everything for out of bounds for any percent. I have a skew-less tutorial for the other categories that use courtyard clip and any other categories like that do like sealed room clip or billiards clip. Those are like different things, and I might make a tutorial for them another time if there's a demand for it. So yeah, thanks for watching.